the sad truth. And then I asked, I guess then to the gentleman to y'all on the platform, is a woman who's successful, or is that, does that make her less attractive to you all personally? Not society, but to you all personally.
Well, it depends on her character. It depends on her character. You can. I push the question back to you: is it possible for a woman to have these accomplishments and still be nurturing, and still be feminine, and still be willing to work in a relationship and be a wife? Is that possible?
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
then yes, it is
Oh,
possible for that
well,
woman to find someone, but she has to be that woman, though, right?
yeah.
No, I
So
think
the
when I go ahead, Ham.
possible. So yeah, it's possible. The probability is low,
Yeah.
and I think if we focus on the probability, it's low that she's gonna be able to. She hasn't developed those traits, right? So not only was she not raised to be a wife, she hasn't even been practicing it. She haven't even been focused on that part of herself,
But
right?
everybody's life is not filled with trauma the way that we're
No,
describing.
there's not even trauma, but she's going to school, she's getting degrees, she's pursuing other things, right? She's trying to be at the top of the world. So then other things do lack. It's just natural. You can't, when you're multitasking, you can't be great at everything. So at what point in her career, right, her path, going to college, going to working, did she able to live in her femininity?
Hmm. She's had to be in competition. She's competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's competitive.
So now she 35, right? Almost at middle age. Now she thinks she's gonna flip it, cook, clean, wash dishes, birth kids, all the shit that men like, whether they tell you that or not.
Right.
Right now, she used to be in that networking in niggas' faces and all that. And if a nigga don't tell you that, he don't like that. Give a damn if he tell you that or not. She gonna turn all this off to be cooperative, feminine, submissive. Hell no. Nah.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Mhm.
So
That's
what you-
hard.
Yeah,
That's hard.
yeah. Because she wasn't brought up like that. So it's like it ain't like riding a bike for her. She never did it. She never even seen it.
And even along the way, I mean, most of y'all are educated. Y'all went to college. There was girls who had that career path, that trajectory in place. They probably wasn't fooling with the dudes who didn't have it figured out.
I think
They
for
probably
me, when I
weren't.
hear, because I have friends who say that, like I have this, I have that, but now I'm ready to, be in a relationship. I think for me and my husband actually had this conversation about this exact clip, and I said to him, I said, I think when I hear women say that, or the people that I know saying that, they're saying, I have this taken care of, so I'm not looking for you for your money. I'm not looking for you to, you know, financially take care of me. I'm literally looking for you as my partner to bring other things to my life that aren't equated to money. That's what, when I hear women say that, that's what I hear them say. So it's just like, you don't have to worry about me financially because I'm good. I'm straight in that department. But what I do want is a partner. What I do want is someone to come home to and to be able to do life with and to do this with, and money not be an issue. That is
Bruh.
what I hear when I hear women say that.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
Bruh.
And what happens is, I think for men too, is like, you can no longer just be like, well, I'm paying for everything, so like be quiet and be happy and do more in the house. It no longer means anything. You got to show up with something else. And we had this conversation before, but men's way of the world is to be able to control with their wallets.
Oh my
But the
god.
man who posted the clip, is he married or was he married?
He was, I think.
Men get on, they get microphones and all of a sudden want to say a whole bunch.
Because it just always kills me. Like, I know this is a little under tangent, but it's always people giving this relationship advice who ain't, and have all these strong feelings and opinions, who have never appeared to have had a strong, successful relationship.
I
But they
mean,
have all these thoughts and feelings.
But
and
there's
want
no
to
there's no
serve
there's no test
everything.
Relationship.
there's no testament to that. There's no qualifier for that until you 80. Right? So are we gonna listen to somebody 80 years old on the podcast? Probably
But
not.
my point is that why are they almost all still single?
well, so
I
you
don't
think
know.
that invalidates their opinion?
But how do we know that they're single? I mean,
Yes.
how do we know that?
I mean, I know he had. I think he was divorced. I think he was divorced.
Yeah, that's why I asked that. I was just
Yeah, I think so because it's like an hour long. So I was looking at. I think he was divorced, but no. So the wallet thing isn't really it. It's her masculine traits that she's developed. That's the biggest turnoff. It's not the bag that she got, right? Because here's the thing: if they were paying, like now, nurses don't have time though, right? But just take a role such as that, right? Or a secretary or an assistant, right? Where she's in like a submissive role, helping out, pushing, caring, and she was a nurse that made 500 grand. That might be a woman that could be successful, have money, but still do both because her role at work has allowed her to like work on those traits. But by and large, the women that are making that much money have to get into their masculinity, and that's what men don't prefer. It's not the money.
Because we ain't getting
that's
none of it anyway. So yeah, we don't care about things. Shit.
What'd you say, B?
That's difficult. That's difficult for most people to differentiate coming home anyway. It's hard for a man to separate how he treats people at work than how he treats his home life.
Yeah.
That's difficult for a man. So if you're a woman, if you're moving into that space, it's difficult for you to differentiate. Like, oh, I deal with people at work this way. Let me not do that at home. That's got to be difficult.
Yeah.
It's got to be, and especially if you didn't grow up in that. Like you've assumed these characteristics, these traits along the way in your maturing adulthood. That's got to be difficult. So yeah, that's not attractive. So
Mhm.
to the point of the topic, yes, they do lose some attractiveness because you go out on a couple of days, you're like, well, why do you think you can talk to me like that? You know what I mean? then it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a fact.
Yeah. East, you got a thought on this?
No, I guess I just don't think there's that many men that can walk in and say, walking in his own masculine traits. I don't think there's that many men that can say, I can be a provider for you. So that's why women feel like the need that I need to make this amount of money. I need to do this for myself because I don't trust that a man is going to come and provide the way he needs to provide.
Well,
But they
but
have no example that it won't happen though.
yeah, and men make more money than women.
Yeah. There's no example of I mean, I guess if your father wasn't around when you grew up, that's your primary source of your experience, but there's no example to say that I don't know, I can't trust niggas to take care of me when men make more money than women.
I think that it's just a matter of what you allow and how you set the stage. I've never, in my newly dating experience, I've never been entered a space because I let people know up front what I'm about. And not that I'm looking for money, but I do like to be cared for. I don't need to be taken care of, but I need to be cared for. There's no exceptions on that. I'm not walking into any relationship looking to try to lead. I'm not
So
looking into any situation trying to lead. I've never pumped gas in my life. I've never opened a door because it's just something that I'm not doing.
Yeah.
so
But
so do you?
into these relationships just taking over?
But Poop. So when you go in, you got these expectations of him to provide and protect and do all these things. You're automatically submissive, right?
Peace, y'all.